Hey guys, welcome back. Today is of course Monday, so I'm going to be doing another top 5 countdown. Today's is going to be the top 5 best lightsaber duels in Rebels. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 5 on the list is Kanan and Ezra versus the Inquisitor in the Season 1 finale. What makes this a good duel is because, first of all, Kanan gets into it. He is drained. He's been tortured for at least a few days. And Ezra's just a kid going up against the Inquisitor, and seeing them use the blaster with lightsaber in different ways and kind of admiring each other like, oh, mine doesn't do that. Oh, that's cool, is really neat to see. And of course, Ezra gets knocked off the edge and we think he's dead. Kanan thinks he's dead. He's like, okay, you shouldn't have done that. The best line in that duel is definitely when Kanan looks at the Inquisitor and says, that was a mistake, and the Inquisitor's sneering, why not? Why was that a mistake? And Kanan's like, because I have nothing left to fear. And then he goes after that Inquisitor, and what makes the end of this duel interesting is that the Inquisitor is not cut down by either Kanan or Ezra, but chooses to fall into the fire, which is kind of gruesome when you think about it. I mean, somebody committing suicide in a kid's show? Yikes, that's pretty dark. Coming in at number 4 is Kanan and Ezra versus Vader at the beginning of Season 2. This duel is obviously amazing because Vader outclasses both of them by a long shot. He's toying with them the whole way. Kanan and Ezra are lucky to get away with their skins intact. Well, relatively intact. Both of them get a little bit injured, but yikes. And they're trying to figure out who this guy is. Coming in at number 3 is Darth Maul versus Obi-Wan Kenobi, the sequel. Of course, this whole time when we've seen Darth Maul after he's brought back in Clone Wars and now in Rebels, his only driving motivation is to get revenge on Kenobi and kill him. But once again, Kenobi ends up with the upper hand. What makes this duel very interesting is that not only is it extremely short, but we see Kenobi, after taking down Darth Maul, he catches him in his arms and holds him as he dies, basically letting go of everything that Maul did to him. In a way, forgiving him, I guess you could say. And that is such a neat thing to see, and it's also good to finally see history finished and, okay, fine, now Darth Maul is definitively dead, finally. Coming in at number 2 is Darth Maul versus Kanan. That episode, Twilight of the Apprentice, has got quite a few very interesting battles in it, in space and lightsaber duels. Kanan versus Maul is definitely pretty intense. We see just how cold Maul can be, and in Maul taking out Kanan, ridding him of his sight, Ezra finally realizes what a mistake he made in listening to Maul, and that his irresponsibility ends up leading to bad things. Yeah, basically his disobedience leads to bad things. And Kanan ends up falling into something of a depression where he feels useless. He's like, okay, I can't see, now what am I going to do? I mean, he's trying to recover from it, but he's not really trying very hard until he meets Bendu, but that's another story. And finally, TheClumsyJedi's number 1 lightsaber duel in Rebels is Ahsoka versus Darth Vader. This duel had to make the list because not only is it pretty intense, it's also personal. Ahsoka finally realizes who is under that mask, and she doesn't hate him. That's the turning point, and he recognizes her, and she finally recognizes him. She's like, okay, now I get it, now I know. That's my old master under there. And her facing him down is really, really intense. And seeing Ahsoka go out like that, I'm sure it was heartbreaking to a lot of people. It didn't really hurt me that much when I saw it at first, but after I got to know Ahsoka, I'm like, oh, geez, no wonder everybody was losing their minds. So, yeah. Thankfully, spoiler alert, Ahsoka's not gone for good. We see her later on in Season 4 of Rebels. So there you go, guys. That has been the Clumsy Jedi's top 5 lightsaber duels in Rebels. If you like this video and you want to see more G-rated Star Wars content, go ahead and click that little subscription button down below. I'm going to try, do or do not, there is no try. I'm going to be catching up on all my different projects this week, I hope. And bringing you some updates on Endor Leia and doing some more reaction videos and all that good stuff. So question of the day, which lightsaber duel from Rebels is your absolute favorite? I mean, no holds barred, hands down, absolute favorite duel in Rebels. The one that you watch and go, ooh, I love watching this one. You know, that gives you kind of that feeling. Go ahead and post a comment below. Oh yeah, one more thing before I go. Don't forget, I have got another live stream coming up this Saturday. That is Saturday, October 20th at about, I would say 10 a.m. local time. I'm not sure. It's still kind of up in the air. But I'll give you more details on that as the week goes on. So until next time, this is the Clumsy Jedi signing off. Bye, guys.